All right, I'm gonna do my best of 2020 fixed blades. All the favorites I got. Like I said, I'm not like with the previous video on the folders. I'm not sure when they came out. I just know I got these this year. So the list is a little bit shorter. But first, I have to make up for a huge mistake I made in the folder list. So let's get into this. Okay, so for some reason, I know the reason, it's a long story, I don't want to get into it here. I'll get into it here. I misplaced this knife during vacation, and it was not in the safe place where I thought it was going to be, and it was just a long rigmarole, and I finally found it yesterday. Well, it just popped in my mind yesterday. Somebody mentioned it, one of theirs that they had gotten, and so it reminded me that I had one too, and that I'd gotten it this year. So I want to show you this real quick, especially for you new subscribers that may not have seen this. This is my Guardian Defense Spartan Harzy. So just a quick check out that folder there. And it's the one with the Damascus blade on there. Have a look-see at that. And then on the other side, do right and fear no man. I love it. I love this knife so much, and I'm so glad that I could show it to you. But yeah, I didn't want to go the whole another year. Then I would have to make up a lie about next year. Like, oh, I got this and then I sold it and I got it and it's a 2021 knife because I want to show you guys. So there it is. I think that's the first time y'all may have seen that. Even the older subs. But we'll see. Okay, so we're going to get into this real quick. This is my favorite fixed blades of the year. The ones I've had the most fun with. And let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, this one you just saw, so I won't spend too much time on it. You guys, if you don't have one of these, this is the Chinese War Sword Machete by Cold Steel. If you don't have one of these, it's so much fun. You got to get one. Get you one of these, and then get a bunch of pumpkins or watermelons or whatever you want to smash up with this thing, and just go to town and have fun with it. This is a fun knife. A fun sword, you know. It's not a knife, is it? I don't know when it starts being a sword, but this is huge, and it is a lot of fun. So we'll leave it at that. So check that out. I can't get it all in one shot, but you get the idea. Very cool, and it was a lot of fun to play with. And I imagine it'd be super useful in some kind of like weed chopping, hacking through the jungle kind of application for that thing. So, all right. Y'all remember this one from the review I did with my mom? If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link to it down there. Or maybe can I leave a link here? I'm gonna try to leave a link here. Let's see if I can do that. If I have the skills. This is the Cold Steel Falcon, and oh man, I had some fun with this knife. This knife messed up that brisket in that one video not too long ago, last week. But this is a really beautiful knife. This is a great knife if you wanted to do something like carve a turkey for Thanksgiving or something. This is a really cool knife. It's got a lot of nice, what do you call them, like prettiness here. I don't know what the word is. Ornamentation. What is the word I'm looking for? And it's just a really, really cool knife. I got it because of the name to mess with my mom, and ended up loving the knife itself. So that's a really awesome knife for the fixed blades from Cold Steel this year that I got. All right, let's keep going here. Oh man, check this out. Oh, y'all remember this knife? This mangled something. Was it a steak sandwich? Yeah, this is the Base Camp Parang by Tops. Check that out. This is a serious, just all seriousness on this knife. Just, you feel how well balanced it is. I'm not lying. This is a great fixed blade right there. Check that out. See if I can get that in the shot. Very cool. Very great. Very great cutting power. Especially if you're making sandwiches with your son. No mustard was killed in that one though, so it wasn't near as messy as the War Sword Machete one. But still, this is a great knife. Now it's got a Trixie tricksy snap here that you have to be smarter than the snap, and I am not. Okay, I'm not smarter than the snap. Come on. Nope, that ain't it. There we go. All right, yeah. Very cool. Excellent tops, parang, machete there. All right, what else we got left? Oh, yeah, I got this one early on this year. This one also went through some brisket. Check that out. The Drop Forge Survivalist. Like cold steel. This thing is amazing. If you don't have any other Drop Forge knives, start with this one. I love this knife. I like it because they brought out the handles like this. They put these little grips in the handles. It used to be hollowed out in here. But man, with this handle, oh, that's such a great knife. Check that out. The Drop Forge Survivalist. Just, I don't think there's anything you couldn't do with this knife that you need to, like in the woods or something. Definitely a survivalist kind of knife. It just checks off so many different things that you would need a knife for. But holy heck, look at that thing. Was it 5160 it says? Man. Alright, very cool knife by Cold Steel. You know, they do fixed blades awesome over there. Some amazing fixed blades. I love that one. Alright, let me put that out of the way just for right now. Alright. Let's keep going. I'm going to tell you what's coming up is really amazing. And I'm not keeping it, but I did buy it this year. In fact, I bought it this week. And I needed to show you guys because I'm not going to have it for very long. But check this out. Okay. This is a knife by Palmetto Blades out of South Carolina. If you've never dealt with them, holy heck. This guy does some awesome work over there. Let me see here. All right, here's their little sticker. He sent me a sticker. I'll show you real quick. This is from Palmetto Blades. History you can hold. I don't know if you've heard of them. But what he does is he gets this historical wood from different historical things or cool things, and he makes the handles. And this time, he went nuts. Look at, first off, if you didn't know this was historical wood, this is a beautiful little fixed blade knife. Just check that out with that Damascus. You can barely see his insignia there, his logo. But I have to get out the paper to show you what's on this knife. It's so cool. This knife is historical, just unbelievably historical. Usually he like puts one or maybe two. He put all kinds of historical wood in here. Okay, so this first piece of wood is from President Trump's birthplace, so his birth home. Then this piece of wood is something to do with Thomas Jefferson. I think some tree he planted at his place. So I got to get the particulars on that. So that's from Thomas Jefferson. And this is from Madison's, President Madison's, was it President Madison? Yeah. Anyways, his birthplace. This is from Ronald Reagan's birthplace. Now, if you're not a Republican, you're probably going to want to change the channel because it seems like it's all really Republican stuff. Teddy Roosevelt wood here. Oh, man. The big one here. I think this is the most important one. I don't know. Abraham Lincoln's birthplace wood. Check that out. Just little pieces of it. But it's just like he says, history you can hold. Okay? This is from George Washington. He planted some trees that were given to him by an ambassador or something like that. I had to get the particulars, but yeah, George Washington wood here. And then this is from a renovation from the 1950s when the White House was being renovated. And this is White House wood. So it kind of all wraps together and brings it all together. But look at the workmanship on that. Got that copper tube for the lanyard hole. This is going to my father for his Christmas present. Check that out. Crazy story on this. I don't know if I should give it. I wanted to get it as kind of a gift from me and Mom. And then Mom heard about it. She's like, no, I'm going to pay for it all. Or I'm not going to pay for any of it. So she wanted she wanted to hog the glory for the Palmetto knife, which is fine. It's their 50th anniversary. And she said she wanted to get that as a Christmas present on their 50th year. So that's awesome. But yeah, that was a great, great pickup. And I wanted to show you guys that. He's actually made several knives for me. Just the best kind of guy. And Does amazing work. All right, let's keep going. I got another knife with this story, and I know that a lot of y'all haven't heard this story, so I'm gonna tell you the story again. So I don't know which one should I'll go with this one first because this kind of leads into the final one. This is my competition chopper that I got made for me from Donovan Phillips. Check this out. There's the specs on it. 1 pound, 12 ounces of humongousness. So I'm a little bit short for the competition choppers, and so I needed something that was give me a little bit of an advantage, not advantage, but a little catch up. So he took this thing and he canted it down for me, and that was my last competition where I did a lot better. This is M4. There's like a pound and a half of M4 there. Check that out. Got that horse hide or horse mat rubber. Very cool. See, you just stamped M4 on that. And this thing will just hack through anything you want it to. Oh yeah, this thing's a beast. I love this knife so much. Donovan Phillips is the coolest dude. See, there's his logo. Check that out. Just the coolest guy. Great story behind this knife. I went to pick it up, and I had met Donovan, but we went into his workshop and hung out and talked about knives for several hours. I had to leave the boys in the truck for a couple hours. They were not happy with me, but I had a really great time talking to Donovan about knives, and it was a blast. It was really cool. And then of course I got to compete with him, and it was just amazing. Dude's amazing. If you need a big monster knife made, talk to him. Or if you just need a regular kind of smaller hunting knife made, he makes them all. He does great work, and he's a good dude. That's the kind of people you want to support, the good dudes. But anyways, so that one leads into this one. Now, the father of blade sports is Warren Osborne. And so Warren Osborne and Donovan were friends. And then Warren Osborne designed a competition chopper for Benchmade. And then he hand selected a bunch of those for his friends and stuff in the competition before they went on sale. And so he had a bunch selected for him. Here, let me see if I got the notes right here. I'll read it to you. I know a bunch of y'all have heard this already, but I'm going to tell the people that don't. Okay, so this is directly from Donovan. It says, the Benchmade 171 competition knife that you have now has a little history goes along with it. And I will try to tell you about that history in writing so it can stay with the knife. Warren designed the 171 to be an entry-level knife, meaning the weight and balance would work for just about anyone when they are starting out. He also designed the handles larger so they would fit large hands, but material could be easily removed by a knife maker for someone with smaller hands. He sent the prototype to me to make Kydex sheaths for, I think because I was the only competition knife maker he knew that used Kydex. For any manufactured knife to be a Blade Sports certified knife, a finished knife and 2 blanks had to be sent to Blade Sports for testing. This was still done with this model. Even though Warren designed it. After the testing, Warren ordered completed knives to sell to Blade Sports members. This is one of the knives you have now. So he ordered this specifically for his buddies at Blade Sports. You will notice 2 dots in the front of the handle of the knife. Warren personally hardness tested each of those knives he was sent. I don't know how many he got, but he tested them all. So this knife is from the first batch that he ordered, and he was trying to make sure that they got the right hardness. And so look at this. This is historical. This is directly from Warren Osborne. Let me open this up. All right, I'm done reading. I just kind of got lost in the whole story again. So look at this. That's from Warren Osborne's handwriting right there, where he tested the hardness, RC62, and then he signed it. He had noted it was for Donovan. And so I was at Donovan's place. He pulled this out, and I was mentioning that they were being sold for a lot of money. And he said, well, I got 2. I'm going to sell one of them. And I said, well, you got to sell that to me. And so he said, I will. And so he ended up selling me this knife. And this is so cool. This is the Warren Osborne competition chopper, the 171 from Benchmade that they had going with that. M4, look how thick that monster is. That's a lot of M4. And just something you could go to town with. Check that out. Blade Sports, of course, is sharp as freak. Oh my gosh, I'm afraid of this knife. Yeah, this knife will shave a cow, so be careful with it. Not be careful with it. But, but it would shave a cow. But look, here's those 2 dots you're talking. Can you see those 2 dots? So he hardness tested this knife himself. So this knife was a really cool pickup for me. And just a really great story. One of those knives that means a lot because of the story that goes with it. Check that out. So I got my 2 competition choppers there. Just really exciting for me to get those. You know, and the whole thing was really exciting to get that personal experience with Donovan Phillips, who's an amazing dude. Huge, huge man. Oh my gosh, you ever feel like, I'm a big guy, and then you walk in and see a big guy, and you're like, oh, I'm tiny. Me tiny, you big. Me small, you humongous. That's a big dude. And you got just the best kind of guy. Okay, I'm getting off track. But if you ever see Donovan Phillips, you know, don't be afraid to go up and talk to him like at Blade Show or something. Just the best kind of guy. Okay, I had one more knife that I dug through, and I remembered I got it this year. See, I was going to show you the Topps Dicer 8, but that was last year. This COVID thing really jammed up my months. So I did get this one. Check that out. This is the Top Street Scalpel, and this will stab and poke. This is a good poker right there. So that would be an awesome neck knife, or small, the back kind of blade, something like that. And it's useful. It's not just for stabbing hobos. It's the useful knife. So, you know, it's got a nice little blade. Don't stab hobos, kids. Just kidding about that. Too much hobo stabbing going on. Now, violent hobos. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know where the castle doctrine begins with hobo dwellings, but be careful. Don't step into that cardboard box unless you know what's in there. All right, I'm done. It's way too early. I got so much to do. Things to smoke. Stuff to mail. I think that's it. What do you think about my collection? What do you think about some of these knives? Did I miss something? Do you remember something I reviewed this year that was fixed? I don't get a lot of fixed blades in, so I can't think that I missed too much on the fixed blades. Let me know what you think. Which one was your favorite? What did you think about this? Oh man, this Benchmade. Very cool. I was so excited. You just can't believe in the time I had. Everything was awesome. I think that's it. I won't bother you anymore. Like and subscribe. I know a lot of you are watching this, are not subscribed. I'd really appreciate the sub. It really motivates me to give things away. I think that's it. I'll talk to y'all later.